MTV, music television. At the beginning, it was all about the music, 24/7. However, that isn't the case anymore. If you watch the channel during the first few years on the air, you got to watch some of the greatest music videos ever made, alongside some lesser known music videos. Starting in 1983, the network would introduce a program that gave a lot of unsigned bands and artists exposure to a national audience. Some of them made it big, while others didn't. This program was called the Basement Tapes, and today we'll be talking about the rise and fall of this program, with the rise and fall of the MTV Basement Tapes. I hope you enjoy. Before we talk about the MTV Basement Tapes, let's talk about the early history of MTV. On August 1st, 1981, MTV launched to a rocky start. MTV didn't have a huge library of music videos to play. They didn't help themselves by playing mostly AOR music videos, which meant a lot of music videos from country, jazz, and R&B artists didn't get played on the network, especially from African American artists. Due to how limited the library was, MTV took a risk by acquiring music videos from lesser-known artists and playing those alongside the barrage of Rod Stewart music videos. New wave artists especially benefited from having their music videos played. However, MTV went a step further and also aired music videos from unsigned artists, with Blotto being the first unsigned act to be played on the channel, with their music video for I Want to Be a Lifeguard being the 36th music video MTV played, after Iron Maiden's Wrathchild. During the first couple of years, MTV played a decent amount of music videos from unsigned artists, such as Boot Camp, Seduce, and The Sights. However, starting in 1983, a lot of these artists' music videos were removed from the network's main rotation. I assume this occurred due to MTV having more than enough music videos at this point from established acts to play regularly, so they didn't need to depend on these smaller bands and artists anymore for their music videos. This was around the same time Michael Jackson started appearing on MTV for the first time with Billie Jean, which was added into the rotation on March 2nd. Thankfully for these unsigned acts, MTV will begin working on a new program that saw unsigned bands and artists competing to win a record contract, in a similar vein to American Idol, but with music videos. This program would become the Basement Tapes, and it would premiere on the network on March 14th. The MTV Basement Tapes would feature hundreds of differing bands and artists from all across the United States, with occasional international acts also appearing on the program. Most of the acts would be hard rock, heavy metal, and alternative rock based, but you will also see new wave, rockabilly, reggae, rap, and AOR bands and artists too. Across the program's 6 years, a lot of bands and artists appeared on the program. I'll talk about a few of them here. Boot Camp. The Baltimore Bonsai Boys were a rock band that appeared on MTV's first day on the network with Hold On to the Night and Victim. They appeared on the program with their music video for Let Her Go, which comes from their 5x4 EP. Chameleon were a Minnesota-based rock band, more known to have a featured star as missed by the name of Yannis Chrysomalis, or professionally Yanni. They appeared on the program with their music video for Little Sister, which comes from their Balance LP. Extreme are a Boston-based heavy metal band who appeared on the program with their music video for Mother, Don't Want to Go to School Today, coming from the band's early days as Dream, and appears on their only EP, also named EP. They would be one of the only acts to appear on the Basement Tapes who would actually end up receiving mainstream success with their #1 US hit, More Than Words. Rail are a Seattle-based hard rock and heavy metal band that were the first winners of the Basement Tapes with their music video for Hello, which comes from their debut LP, Arrival. Due to their win, Rail won a contract with EMI America, and the music video for Hello received light rotation on the network starting in May 1983. However, the most iconic act to appear in the program would have to be Dog Boys. They appeared on the program with a music video of the same name, but despite not winning, it would be added to light rotation on MTV in February 1984. The music video now has a second life on the internet, and as of me making this video, the Dog Police music video sits at almost 800,000 views on YouTube. If you want to know more about the history of Dog Police, I highly recommend you check out Music Video Time's video on them. He goes into great detail about the history of the band before, during, and after Dog Police, so I recommend you check that video out and tell him I said hi. There are so many other great and not so great acts that appeared in the program that if I were to get into all of them today, I'd probably be here for hours. Episodes of the Basement Tapes were hosted mainly by the MTV VJs and occasionally by special guest VJs, which included Frank Zappa, Dennis DeYoung, and Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick. Thankfully, we do know the lineup of the first episode, despite not having an actual recording of it. VJ Martha Quinn would host the first episode, and the acts featured were What Is This?, Toby Red, The Slicky Boys, Bros of Skate, Stephanie Fuller and Pillow, and the Young Invaders. Despite introducing a lot of Americans to these artists, the MTV Basement Tapes wasn't without its issues. Of course, with a program like the MTV Basement Tapes, not every single band got on the program with their music videos. However, some bands who were supposed to appear never did. One band, Perugia, from Buffalo, New York, were initially accepted to appear on the program sometime in July 1985, but MTV later rejected the music video for Keep Running. Also, a major rule of the Basement Tapes was bands were only supposed to appear in the program once. Once a band submitted a music video, they weren't allowed to appear in the program again. However, it didn't stop Kevin J. Friend from appearing in the program twice. He first appeared in the program with a music video for Little Girls, no relation to the Oingo Boingo song, under his band's name 21 Summers, but it finished horribly in the final vote. However, they were able to appear in the Basement Tapes again for a music video for I'm the One or I'm the One. This time, they were able to become two-time semifinalists with the music video, and it received new rotation on MTV in May 1985. As time went on, MTV Basement Tapes would fade into obscurity as other programs such as MTV's 120 Minutes of Headbangers Ball and VH1's New Visions, which I made a mini documentary covering, started to appear. During the few years, both 120 Minutes and Basement Tapes on MTV, 120 Minutes were actually played music videos from winners of the MTV Basement Tapes from bands such as The Rumble. However, starting in 1989, the execs at MTV Network decided to put the Basement Tapes on the chopping block. In January 1989, after a run of almost 6 years, MTV decided to end the Basement Tapes. During and after the program's run, MTV continued to feature unsigned and independent acts, especially on 120 Minutes. In 1992, MTV ran a contest with AC/DC called the Highway to Fame contest. This contest sought unsigned bands to make a music video for the cover of Highway to Hell. Ultimately, the winners were the band Bad Biscuit. Unfortunately, they never got big, and after the release of a 7-inch called Cult 45 in 1996, they called it quits. In 1999, MTV would run a contest that I see as being the spiritual successor to the Basement Tapes. It was called Under the Radar. 20 music videos from unsigned acts were voted by online viewers, and the winner were in a rotation on MTV. The winner was Christine's White Noise by the band Bell Academy. The music video entered rotation on MTV in July 1999 and appeared on 120 Minutes on July 11, 1999. However, just like Bad Biscuit, the band never got big. Unfortunately, almost every other music video that was featured on Under the Radar is lost media. The only other music video I was able to find from Under the Radar is Creators of Foreign Lands. The MTV Basement Tapes suffers a similar fate to its successors. Most of its episodes are lost media, and a lot of the music videos played on the program are also lost. If it weren't for the efforts of MTV fans such as Lone Wolf Attack, this program's history would be even more incomplete. Show him some love by subscribing to his YouTube channel. Even though here in America MTV killed off the Basement Tapes, it wasn't the case somewhere else in the world. MTV Australia would use the name for the 90s for their show, but instead of featuring unsigned acts, it featured live performances from bands. If any of my Australian viewers have any more information on this show, please comment it down below. Despite the MTV Basement Tapes' brief time in the spotlight, many of the acts would go on to great success. After Boot Camp broke up, Tim Camp, now going by Slim Man, went on to have a cult success as a smooth jazz artist, both solo and as a part of Bonafide. If you like me and love Boot Camp, make sure you check out his solo material and his material as a part of Bonafide. After Chameleon, Yanni would go solo. He would end up having a successful career as a new age artist, and his music videos were played on VH1 heavily, both as a part of New Visions and as a VH1's Artists of the Month. Both Extreme and Rail are still together, and as of me making this video, are both on tour. So, if you love the band's works, and if you're nearby, please check them out live. However, if your tastes aren't satiated yet with MTV Basement Tapes, I highly implore you to check out Lone Wolf Attack's MTV Basement Tapes playlist. He updates the playlist regularly, and you never know what you're gonna find. And with that, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I spent way too long working on this video. I was planning on working on the MTV2 A to Z Marathon mini documentary, but after the whole CSAC debacle, I decided to just switch over to the MTV Basement Tapes mini documentary. However, after I began working on this video initially, I became really busy with more college work than expected, and I had to take a break from working on it. To all the MTV2 A to Z Marathon fans, or haters, or whatever you are, that mini documentary will resume work shortly. And hopefully that mini documentary will be out on New Year's Day 2025 to commemorate the 25th anniversary of that marathon. I'm sure Lone Wolf Attack's going to be in my comment section down below, correcting me if I missed anything or said anything wrong, so once again, make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel and check out his MTV Basement Tapes playlist. But yeah, thank you once again for watching. Walete.